comprehend, or even come close to understanding him. I guess if I was born, they would love me more. Guess if I was simple in the mind, everything would be fine. Maybe if I was a jerk to girls, instead of being nice and speaking kind words, then maybe it would be okay to say then I wasn't a good guy to begin with. But my mind is all crazy, crazy, crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. I believe this is episode 5 of the Medicated Sports Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Can't believe this is like my 5th episode. I've never actually, I feel like, ever been consistent with something like this. I'm proud of myself. Let's go. Hey. So, yeah, what's going on? I do love that song, Man on the Moon, Kid Cudi. That's probably my favorite song by Kid Cudi of all time. Absolutely. If I had to think about it, like, I got Man on the Moon, I got Heart of a Lion, I got Solo Dolo, and then probably the Wake and Bake song, Up, Up, and Away. That's a good one. There's so many good Cudi songs, though. I mean, all his projects are amazing. That man has, that man has impacted my life so much on a positive aspect. Like, it's crazy. I don't even think I used the word aspect right there in the right sentence, in the right way. Oh, well. Anyways. Yeah, man. Shout out Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. So, I was listening to sports radio last night. I'm always listening to the sports junkies. Those people are real. I love them. They're very entertaining. They seem to know what they're talking about. I like their opinions that they have. The only thing I hate about the sports junkies is how they are pressed on the Redskins. Well, obviously, because it's hometown. But they are so hopeful for the Redskins every year, and it's just like, you guys don't do nothing. It's very entertaining as a Cowboys fan. Very entertaining. So they were talking about Lamar Jackson, and reportedly, this man's being asked to try out as wide receiver, and then Lamar Jackson has came out and said, no, that's not true. No one has asked me. But I'm strictly a quarterback, and whoever wants me to play quarterback for their team, I'm playing for that team. And you know what? Hell yeah, bro. I think Lamar Jackson is the real deal, okay? Lamar Jackson's the real deal, and I was like, okay, so Michael Vick said he's a spitting image of me. And that's very true, except he's just right-handed. But, that really got me thinking, and so I started looking up Lamar Jackson's stats, okay? Because people were saying, yeah, he's just not that accurate. And, I mean, that's right. He's not throwing 65%, as like a top caliber quarterback would be throwing. That 62-65% range. That's what scouts are looking at. I mean... But then again, so his last season he threw, 59%. And the year before when he won the Heisman, I believe he threw 57%. He threw 56.2, okay. So, that got me thinking, okay, well, that's okay. He's throwing 3,543 yards for his Heisman winning. He doesn't turn the ball over, only 9 interceptions. That's pretty nice, right? Okay. And then he gets better his next year, but his team doesn't do as well. He doesn't have that great of a team around him. Okay, that's fine. But he still puts up big numbers. He doesn't turn the ball over. He does. His Heisman winning season, he goes 30-9. Saw his junior season, he goes 27-10. That's still proficient. That is that's excellent. That's what you want in a quarterback, even though he's making plays outside the pocket, and that's what scouts are looking at. He's still able to make plays. I mean, the man's rushing for 1,600 yards, and 1,600 yards is what Michael Vick, okay? Michael Vick in his 2000 season at Virginia Tech, he threw for 1,234 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 picks. And then he gets picked up as the first draft pick by the Falcons, next season. That's nuts. And they're sitting here saying, oh, well, Lamar Jackson's playmaking abilities is what, why we're kind of weary about picking him. What do you mean? Lamar Jackson 6'3", Mike Vick was 6'1", 214. Lamar Jackson's, I think he weighs, okay, so he's 6'3", 211. Well, you know what? He doesn't have to, he can learn to sit inside the pocket. He's tall enough to where he doesn't have to make those plays and run around. He'll have blocking in the pros. He's not just going to have to rely on his legs and rush for 1,600 yards, 1,200 yards, you know? I mean, he's averaging 123 yards a game. Dude, running backs don't even average that, okay? That's crazy. So, I mean, and then he's also on top of that putting up 3,500 yards. You're obviously not going to be rushing for 1,000 yards in the NFL, okay? I feel like that era of the quarterback rushing that much is over. You had the Steve Young, you had the Mike Vicks, you had the Byron Leftwiches, you know, it's just, and then you had the Colin Kaepernicks, and we all know what happened to him. But, I mean, I just feel like it's kind of like more pocket passing because these pass rushers are just becoming so quick. They're running like 4.4s. And that's what running backs are running. And these defensive ends are 6'6", running 4.4s, 4.5s. So, I mean, the quarterback can't run outside to the pocket and just scramble for 100 and some yards a game. It's just not going to happen anymore. So, I think Lamar Jackson is definitely a smart enough quarterback to learn how to stay inside the pocket and learn to play. Yes, he's not that accurate as people would like him to be, but that's something that you can learn with growth. Like, you can learn, hey, don't make this type of a throw. Don't force this type of a throw. It's all learnable. He's such an athletic freak. I don't see why. Okay, besides Saquon Barkley, who should definitely be the number one pick, I don't care that he's a running back. That's nuts that people, oh, well, he's a running, who cares? Take him. He will change your team. Just like Ezekiel Elliott changed the Dallas Cowboys. That is a completely different team with Ezekiel Elliott. The Saquon Barkley needs to go number one. The next best athlete is Lamar Jackson. And I mean, I see why people are asking him. I mean, he's 6'3", 211, 213 or whatever. I mean, that's a good height, good length, good weight for a wide receiver out on the end, you know? But he's a quarterback. He has playmaking abilities, and I think he's the top quarterback in the draft. I don't trust Sam Darnold, okay? I don't trust Josh Rosen. I don't trust Josh Allen. I don't know. Josh Allen's tall. You know, he has a lot of comparisons to the Carson Wentz's and, you know, the Blake Bortles because they're tall, but mostly Carson Wentz because they both went to Division I AA schools. Josh Allen's getting surgery. I think he is. Let me look that up, actually. I think he's getting surgery because he has a broken hand. So, I mean, that could definitely determine on where he's going to go. I mean, that's not going to really have a big impact. It's just surgery on a hand. Who knows? But I think Lamar Jackson's your best bet. Lamar, I know people are weary and just try to stay away from the playmaking ability quarterbacks and just look at, oh, well, he's tall and just stays in the pocket. But sometimes you got to take it. Because sometimes you just need that athleticism that like a pocket passing, just a standstill pocket passing quarterback can't give you from time to time. So like, let's say like Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, he's not a scrambling quarterback, but he's mobile and can get out of the pocket and extend plays. That's how Lamar Jackson needs to learn what to do. Just extend the play. That's all you need to learn how to do. And you'd have a bright future. Just make maybe some better decisions on your inaccurate passing. But other than that, I think Lamar Jackson is I think he would be a great pick. I'm about to see who has I think the Giants have the second pick in the draft. Let me see this. Browns, Giants, Colts, Browns, Broncos.
Of these quarterbacks at the combine in 2.5 weeks.
Shut
the big thing we want to know.
You know, I don't want him going to the Browns unless the Browns draft Saquon Barkley. I can't even talk about the Browns. They frustrate me so much. Like, it's really not that hard to run an organization and get it together. I've been maybe how many? I don't even know how many winning seasons. Maybe 2 or 3. I've seen them in the playoffs. Like, it's ridiculous. It would be nice to see maybe Denver, but that's where Kirk Cousins is probably going to land, and not Tampa Bay. No, they don't need a quarterback at all. I feel like he's going to go in the top 10 too, and I feel like he might go to the Browns. Unless the Browns take like a Josh Allen or Josh Rosen, which they probably will. He might go late. He might go in the mid-first round. I mean, I'm looking at people's needs and, I just don't know. I don't know where he'll end up, but I know he's going to be a successful quarterback, and I know whatever team takes him, he's going to be great. But he just needs to fit their scheme as well. It'll help him it'll help him transition quicker and easier. But I think he's the real deal. I'm definitely excited to see where he goes. I'm excited for NFL already. I miss football so much. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what all y'all think. Just leave a comment, Where do you think Lamar Jackson's going to go? Do you think he's any good? Do you? I don't know. That's just me from what I've seen. All right, guys. This is Medicated Sports Talk. I will talk to you and see y'all next